Leading off our discussion tonight is Democratic Congressman Ted Lieu of California. He's a member of the House Judiciary Committee and served as an impeachment manager for the second impeachment trial of Donald Trump in the United States Senate. Congressman Lieu, thank you very much for joining us tonight. You had that advantage of being on the floor of the Senate when Donald Trump was being impeached for the insurrection at the Capitol, presenting much of the evidence that would be presented at a commission like this. And there would be, of course, much, much more evidence that has been unearthed since then. What do you think would be the effect of this commission? And what could it achieve beyond what you could do as fact finders in the impeachment trial?
Thank you, Lawrence, for your question. Let me say that when I was presenting on the second impeachment trial, Senator McConnell actually sits relatively close to you in the small Senate chambers, and he's staring right at you. And it was unnerving for the first few minutes, but then after a while, I thought, this is good. He's listening to literally every word we were presenting, and to his credit, he did. And that's why shortly after the impeachment trial, he gave a speech where he said, quote, "There is no question, none, that President Trump was practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of January 6th. So Senator McConnell knows how bad this evidence is, and I think that's why he's opposed to this bipartisan commission, because it can only get worse for the former president and his supporters.
We don't know exactly what the vote's going to be in the end, but Sen Thune, who's supposed to be the vote counter on the Republican side of the Senate, said this afternoon that I don't believe there will be 10 Republican votes for what he called the current form of the bill passed by you in the House of Representatives. Would there be any changes that you'd be willing to make in this bill to get it through the Senate?
I'm not even sure what else we could do. We have basically put in all the changes that the Republicans have asked for. This is a commission that is going to be half appointed by Republicans, half by Democrats. And any Republican can basically get their vice chair to object to any subpoena that the commission wants to issue. So if this doesn't happen, and I don't know why Republicans would not support this, our fallback position is that the speaker could, if she wanted to, have a special select committee like the Benghazi Select Committee, and that committee would have full subpoena power that the Republicans couldn't even object to. So I really don't understand why Republicans are even objecting to this commission.
It's an extraordinary thing to watch. As I said, in any kind of normal universe, but of course, in a normal universe, you wouldn't have had the attack on the Capitol. But in the voting patterns of the past in the Congress, this bill passing both houses of Congress would be unanimous.
Absolutely. Now, in the House, we did have 35 House Republicans vote for it. That was actually more than I had expected. I was only expecting about 20 because Kevin McCarthy was also full on trying to get Republicans not to vote for it, which I still can't understand either. I don't know why people don't want to find out the truth about January 6th. It's something that all Americans should care about because we need to make sure something like this never happens again.
You know, we frequently hear us saying we don't understand why they're doing this and why they're doing that. And a lot of times we do understand why they're doing this. I have to say on this, I do not understand why they are taking the political risk of voting against the wishes of Officer Sicknick's mother, doing it so blatantly and so publicly. It is hard to imagine how this works in Republicans' political favor. I really do not know. I mean, I'm asking that question. I'm not asking it rhetorically.
So let me tell you about experience during the impeachment trial. We were in the separate room with the other House impeachment managers, and we had 3 big screens on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. And when we weren't presenting, we were watching what was happening. And there were literally multiple times where Fox News would just not cover the impeachment trial. One of those was during prime time when we had one of our most important videos showing police officers being brutalized on January 6th. And if you watch Fox News, you wouldn't know that even happened. And so I think we do have this problem where a certain segment of Americans really have no idea what happened on January 6th. And they're fed this false information that in the words of Republican Andrew Clyde, quote, it was a normal tourist visit. So that's why we need this bipartisan commission. And it's very disturbing that Republican electeds who know better are opposing it.
Congressman Ted Lieu, thank you very much for starting off our conversation tonight. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you.